Hey YouTube, I titled this Dear Younger Me because there's been songs and scenarios where people are like writing letters to themselves years from now. And I would like to let's go back in time 23 years to 1998 and try to talk to my 16-year-old self and see what kind of conversation that would be. Hey, Kristen. Yeah, this is you in the future. I'd like to talk to you. Uh, this is really strange, but you need to sit down and have a chit chat with me. Okay? What? Uh, what's going on? You do look a lot like me, but this is a really bad time. I kind of want to watch my X Files show. It's coming on in about 15 minutes. Can you wrap this up or make it quick? Cause my brother, he's gonna be home soon, and I'm not gonna have a lot of time. And yeah, you should probably um pause that. No, wait, sorry, you can't pause that. It's not yet. Turn it off, and you're gonna have a lot more time in the future to watch it. Trust me, you're gonna have access to all the episodes you want in the future. Put that on hold and listen up. Whatever. What is it that's so important about my future that you have to interrupt the X Files? Well, I'd just like to give you a preview about your future. Well, look at me. Obviously, this is your future. You don't get any thinner. Uh, in fact, you're the thinnest you're going to be for a few decades. I'm from 2021, and I'd like to tell you what you have to look forward to. So, you're not going to have any health problems until at least until your late 20s, early 30s. Um, it's going to be because you're fat. The fatness is going to really get at you. You're going to adapt to all the things of being fat. You're going to adjust your clothing. You're going to adjust your shoes. You're definitely going to adjust your social situations. And you're going to have a very unhealthy relationship with food. I'm sorry if I'm boring you. Do you want another explanation? Didn't think so. Now, take notes if you want, but I'm going to tell you, huh, your 16-year-old self, changes you can make right now in your life to change this outcome. So, I would suggest you stop eating so much. That's first and foremost. I'm sorry I have to say that in your teenage years, but stop going back for seconds and thirds. And if an option to eat vegetables is there, take it. Have seconds on vegetables. Those are healthy things to do. And you didn't do enough of those. And another one is when your best friends ask you to go and play and go take hikes and have adventures, you gotta turn off the computer, get off your butt, and go. Because you need to experience life that way. Because if you continue to sit in front of a computer and alienate yourself from your best friends, you're going to go down a path where you get addicted to food and you get addicted to other things, and you end up having binge eating and sugar addiction in the future, and it leads to overweight and obesity. And yes, you do become considered morbidly obese. This also leads to your diabetes, which you know runs in the family, and of course, dad has. I can't reveal much about the future, but would you like to know a little more specific about the changes you can make now? Uh, well, If that's me in the future, then I suppose you should give me a little bit more instruction, because I don't quite understand what you're saying. I enjoy sitting here watching TV, and I don't eat unhealthy. So explain what you mean, and why are you talking about diabetes? Well, I'm glad you asked. If you would like to listen, take this seriously. It has 100% to do with what you put in your mouth. You enjoy sweets? Yes. And you like to get them as much as you can? Yes. I would absolutely encourage you to occasionally have a treat, because you love sweets. And trying to cut that out totally will lead to ultimate overeating and binging. But let's just say you need to choose the healthier stuff. I want you to make an effort to enjoy vegetables. You might not like them now, and you might hate the fact that I'm telling you to cut back on sweets and junk food. And yes, junk food includes Cheez-Its and fast food and pizza and carbs and carbs like pasta and bread and rice. Yes, pancakes. Okay. You need to start eating healthier stuff like more fruits and vegetables, and opt for more water instead of juices and sodas. Not saying you can't have any of that stuff, but I'm saying you need to cut back now. You need to make healthier habits, as in choose the healthier stuff first. So if you're given the option of water or juice, take water. If somebody offers you, if you go to a party and there's salad and or vegetables, choose the vegetables, choose the salad, and then go. If you're gonna go back for seconds, then you can go for a little bit of what you like mashed potatoes or mac and cheese. Mac and cheese is a big culprit. I need you to cut back on that. Cut back on that. Also, more specifically, when your friends ask you, you do need to go out and do that, because you missed a lot of opportunities with them by staying inside, secluding yourself in front of a computer screen, and stuffing your fat face. It does not help you in the long run, and in the future, you end up becoming more and more overweight. You end up making bad decisions in relationships. You end up missing out on opportunities that for employment and friendships, and you end up lacking self-confidence and self-esteem to actually experience new experiences, because you're too afraid to step out there. Now, I'm not telling you that it's not going to be hard. You're going to have, throughout your high school, you're going to have people tell you mean things, and it's going to hurt your feelings, and it's okay to be hurt, and it's okay to have hurt feelings. And you know the difference is, they're going to grow up and they're not going to think a lick about what they told you. They're not going to give it a second thought about how they hurt your feelings way back then. But you will probably hold on to it for a very long time, and it will probably lead to emotional eating. You will often turn to food for comfort for that thing. So I'm going to caution you to find other ways to deal with your emotions than turning to food. Try not to turn to food, drugs, alcohol, or sex. I need you to make healthier choices, which means is being more active. And listen up, you don't like exercise, you don't like PE, you don't like any of that stuff. And I'm going to tell you why. It's because you don't do enough of it. And at first, when you are forced to do it, when you do start exercising, it is painful, it's not fun, and you absolutely hate every single minute of it. And it's going to feel like 5 minutes is more like 30 minutes. But I'm going to tell you the difference that it makes just to do it each and every day. And eventually you get used to it. You start to enjoy it. You start to realize the benefits of it. You start to feel healthy, and you end up losing weight. So I only ask you this now because these little changes that you can make every day for you will ultimately lead to a better life for me in the future. Yay, 2021. So I can't really go much into detail. You probably don't have the attention span. Oh my gosh, I kept it under 15 minutes. Are you still able to watch that X-Files movie? Is there anything else you want me to clarify? So you're saying that my diet leads to health problems about 23 years from now, and that I need to make changes right now. So the changes you're asking me to make are don't have seconds and drink water. I mean, that's what I got from that, right? Like, and maybe go out and play with friends. I mean, right? Is that what you're asking? I think that's what I think that's what you said. Give or take. Eat more vegetables. Don't go for seconds, and drink more water. Be more active. Those those simple instructions can lead to big changes in the future. Just follow those 4 instructions. Um, yeah, yeah. Oh, and the diabetes bit. Well, you end up becoming a binge eater and a sugar addict, and that together equals diabetes. You become type 2 diabetic, and you end up having to give up all the foods you enjoy now anyway. So if you don't want to give that all up, close to 40 years old, I suggest you limit it now so you can still have it in the future. Um, that's just how it works. I don't control that. I thought I had time to change my diet, so don't get stuck in that rut. But guess I'm gonna have to go. I hope you listen to my advice. I hope this is eye-opening for you. And before I leave, I'm going to give you a little teaser of the future. Yeah, let's do a little teaser. People are going to be confused about their genders and make up words to identify themselves in really weird ways. And then you're going to have terrorists attack the World Trade Centers, and the United States will band together and love each other and support each other. And then Donald Trump becomes president. A pandemic happens throughout the world. Then the world starts to hate each other because they're not wearing masks or being vaccinated. And that sums it up. Oh, and Mulder and Scully never get together. Okay, bye. I hope you enjoyed that little impromptu skit. I'm not a very good actor, so that was just a little snippet of pretty much what I would tell myself if I can go back in time 23 years and tell my 16-year-old self ways they can change their life that definitely would have improved me from today. I go all the way back to 16 because I don't believe I had a bad problem with food and my weight at that time. Even though I was overweight, I wasn't obese, and that was just the pinnacle start of the habits I started forming around that time. So what would I have told my 16-year-old self that might have listened? So yeah, dear younger me, I probably should have put this in the intro, but I hope maybe that is helpful. I can't say for sure that at 16 years old I'd be like, whatever, I want to watch my show. But I hope that helps. And yeah, dear younger me,